Well, as we celebrate Native American Heritage Month, an event in the South Bay will bring together leaders and advocates from diverse backgrounds to address challenges and celebrate heritage. Jose Martinez introduces us some of the key figures involved in the summit and the stories that make this gathering so important.
In the heart of Santa Clara University, Danae Rivera stands at the crossroads of heritage and leadership. A student and director of the Multicultural Center, Danae embodies the rich blend of her Native American, Hispanic, and African American roots. Her grandmother, born in Mexico, was a guiding force in connecting her to the traditions and stories of their ancestors.
Thinking about our Indígena roots, my grandma was speaking her Indígena tongue when I was learning Spanish, and even thinking about even to this day, I'm I wish she would have taught me a little bit more, because then that's just who I am to the core.
So as she prepares for the Native American Summit in San Jose, Danae understands the stakes. The U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs says California is home to over 100 federally recognized tribes, the highest number in the U.S. Despite this, many Native American communities face significant challenges, including higher rates of poverty, limited access to quality health care, and underrepresentation in education and politics.
I appreciate the efforts of universities being able to still admit students of color after affirmative action decisions, but there just needs to be more. I think there needs to be more because there's still that other feeling when we're walking on campus.
This summit, organized by Ed Vargas, aims to confront these issues head on by focusing on areas such as education, representation, unconscious bias, and gender equity.
One thing that really bothered me growing up was to hear the term manifest destiny. And that was the psychology or the philosophy that if you're a Caucasian, that you could take whatever land you wanted, moving west, and if you put them on a treaty, you didn't even have to live up to the treaty terms. Put them on reservations. And they didn't have representation. Now, there is the government that acknowledges certain tribes are recognized.
Ed Vargas grew up surrounded by the traditions of his indigenous Yaqui and Mexican heritage. Yet he knows firsthand that celebrating heritage isn't enough. Action must follow.
When you start taking a look at statistics that even Hispanics don't know, Native Americans don't know, and share that information, that can bring more resources together to the table to want to change the things and the way problems are defined right now.
Making platforms like the summit vital for change.
They are still here, even if so many were lost. I think we also need to honor the lives that were lost, because a lot of their heritage has to do with their land as well, how the land was physically living and now they are buried within that land, so those are sacred burial grounds.
Danae's journey, intertwined with the vision of leaders like Ed Vargas, reminds us that honoring our roots isn't just an act, it's a promise to the future.
Well, the event at the Mexican Heritage Plaza promises impactful discussions and strategies for progress, all with a focus on education, health representation, and cultural preservation.